Today's guest is nothing short of inspiring. Anisa went from a safe corporate career to building a thriving business after a life changing cancer diagnosis, reminded her of what truly matters: time, freedom, and family. She's a twin mom, a powerhouse entrepreneur, and a woman who's redefining what success looks like. In this episode, Anisa opens up about her journey to six-figure months, the mindset shifts that helped her silence the critics, and the faith that carried her from single motherhood to building a global business with her partner. Get ready to be motivated, empowered, and reminded that the sky is not the limit. It's only the beginning. Hey, Queen. Welcome to the She Elevates podcast. I'm your host, Liz Rakin, your favorite elevation bestie who's been through it, healed from it, and came back stronger with a mission. This podcast is your safe space and soul sanctuary where we talk real about relationships, motherhood, money, mindset, and everything in between. So if you're ready to reclaim your power, reconnect your purpose, and rewrite your story, let's get into it. Hey, Anissa, welcome. Super excited to have you here on She Elevates podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm great, Liz. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to share.
Yeah, absolutely. You have an amazing journey. You've gone from a secure six-figure corporate job to building a thriving six-figure business in just 6 months. What was your inspiration? How did you do it? What was the defining moment? Put those pieces together for us.
Yeah, basically in 2022, which was 3 years ago, my husband and I moved from New Jersey to Florida. And at the time, I had my six-figure job, very secure when it came to ticking all the boxes that a corporate successful woman in America could want. I had them all and then some. And after being like in this male dominated industry for over 10 years, I was number one diagnosed with melanoma. It was kind of like, welcome to the Sunshine State, but stay out of the sunshine. And
Wow.
that moment really put my mortality into perspective and made me realize what's truly important, which is my time. And then right around the same time, my daughter had come to me and said, Mom, how come you don't love us anymore? You only love to work. And I was like, oh my gosh, of course this is not true. But in her toddler mind, it was true. And
Right.
I was putting in these 18-hour days trying to balance my business because I had a business for, a few years. I started my journey into entrepreneurship in 2020 when my twins were born and
Wow.
and trying to balance my job and my family and all the pillars of being a woman. And I was like, something has to go and it's not going to be my business. So that was really the
Yeah.
pivotal moment that I decided to take actionable steps, put things into place so that I could leave my job and go all in on my business.
Wow, that's amazing. Super scary it must have been for you to leave what is a stable paycheck, whether that's biweekly or every week. And I'm a twin mom, so I know how much kids need from us, right? From food to I need a snack to, hey, I could put my clothes on yesterday, but I can't put them on today, right? All of a
Yeah.
sudden, drop everything. Kids need you. So how did you juggle all of this? And how did you find like more freedom in your business and still having the young kids? Because it seems running a business would be a lot more than maybe a 9 to 5, but paint the picture. What did that look like for you?
That's a great question. And I'm glad you asked. So I also am a twin mom. My twins are 5. And it's not easy, right? So a lot of times there's this misconception. We're like, oh, I'm going to become an entrepreneur so I have freedom of time and money. And while that's all good and well, there are building blocks to be put into place before we actually execute the freedom part of it. When I had my job and my business, I was in the building process. So I was building my business, stacking brick by brick alongside of having a job. And that's when I had absolutely no time at all. Then in those first few months in the early stages of your business, you're still building, right? It's
Right.
not just an overnight success story. There were long nights sometimes, but what I had loved about the life that I created was that I chose my hours. So if I put my twins to bed at 8 o'clock and then got work done after they were asleep, that was okay. It wasn't a very regimented 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. This is the block of time that I have to get everything done. No, I can wake up at 4 a.m. and get some things done. I can do things in the middle of the day and then still spend time with my kids. Like, it doesn't have to be that time blocking of the 8 hour or 9 hour stretch that we're so accustomed to in corporate America. So while yes, it does take the time and energy to build that business, eventually you're able to delegate things out and take back a lot of that time.
Got it. Yeah. So during the initial stages, of course, it took on a lot of time, energy, focus. But once you have the groundwork set up, you can flow with it, grow with it. And yeah, it's definitely great when you can put your kids to bed and really get focused. You're not interrupted. Whereas the 9 to 5, I sit on a Zoom call and it's, hey, mom, I need this. Whereas when they're bed, you can really focus and not that interruption really throws me off. So I can imagine if you just don't have any interruptions, you probably can get 10 times more done and focused than what the average person during the day does when they're juggling children.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's talk more about that wake up call with your daughter. How did that shift your mindset? Mindset is a huge piece when you're growing a business, especially if you're shifting from a 9 to 5 to the business. So what did your mindset look maybe before, during, after growing your business?
Yeah, mindset is absolutely everything. It is the foundation of everything in your life. Whether you're believing in manifestation or not, like we manifest everything in our life, and having a mindset of abundance instead of scarcity was absolutely critical for me. So when I told the people who were closest to me that I was leaving my job of 10 years that I was making six figures at to go and pursue these dreams of helping women in business, I was called a lot of things and smart was not one of them.
Oh my gosh.
So it was really all about having faith for me, first and foremost, faith in God. And then right behind that, faith in myself. I believed that I was going to be successful. I was going to do things that average people were not going to do. Because, like I said, I had all these comfortable things, but we get stretched outside of our comfort zone. And that's what I wanted. I could have easily stayed at my job for the next 30 years and never seen past that ceiling of six figures and maybe not even multiple six figures.
Yeah.
And with my business now, last month we're in business. We're in business just over a year. Last month we celebrated our first six-figure month. This past week we just had a
Congrats.
six-figure week. So yeah, so we're
Congratulations.
already, thank you. And like, I never share those things to brag. I just share them to show that it's a testament to what's possible when you do have faith in yourself and believe that it can be done, because it absolutely can be done. And we really focus on collapsing time. We hire coaches, we invest in our business, we invest in ourselves so that we can collapse time and do these things that some people take years and some people never achieve these goals at all. And here we are achieving these goals, getting results for our clients. And the mindset is the first thing that we have to shift, because I came from a single mom, very poor. And it was always like, we can't afford this, we can't have that. And when you say that, you're limiting yourself.
Yeah, 100%. Positive thinking, your desires, really implementing that mindset is totally everything. Like, what I've come from as a child growing up, all of that stuff is just put into us subconsciously. We don't even realize it as we're being raised and what we're being told and what we see. Like, I see my parents working 9 to 5, so I think that's how it's supposed to be. I see my parents struggling, so I'm like, that's just how it is until kids get older, and then you get freedom, and then you get traveling. But that's why this podcast, this community she elevates, is so important to me. And I can tell your community is so important as well, is because when you surround yourself with other women that are doing amazing things, then it's everybody else can feel it. They can see that they're capable of that as well. You've shown this is what I've started with, but this is where you can be in a really quick time too. So that is just amazing that it's just been 1 year. Wow. I'm so proud of you. That's so great.
Thank you. And I always like to share that I have a business partner and we came together a little over a year ago to start our company. and neither one of us were looking for a partner. It just happened in this divine grand scheme of things. But both of us had been serial entrepreneurs prior to meeting. So it wasn't like this overnight success. It was years of building and learning and failing forward and never giving up that attributed to our success.
That's fantastic. Now, have you guys known each other for a while? How did you know that this was the right partner for your business?
We did not know each other at all. We were just following each other on Facebook and we met in the DMs and the
Oh my
rest is
gosh,
history.
that's so great. That is an amazing story.
Yeah, we were actually in business from March and then never met in person until January when we went to record our TV show. And the
Oh my
directors of the
gosh.
show were like, "Oh my gosh, you guys just met yesterday. The synergy is unbelievable." And it's amazing. I'm very blessed to have her and I know she feels the same.
Ah, I love that. It's like when, and as soon as you two met in the DMs, it's, no, I
Yeah.
feel
We
something here. There's something here.
Yeah, we moved very quickly. It's almost unbelievable, like the things that we were trusting each other with. She lives in LA, I'm in Orlando. It
Oh my
was
gosh.
crazy. It was crazy, but it was a divine meeting of the souls. And
I
it
love
has
that.
worked out in our favor and for the greater good of the world because we're changing women's lives.
Absolutely. That is the best part about it. The impact that you two are making with your $1 million mom society and all that you have to offer moms. I love it. I love it. This is what I live for, to see other women making an impact in others' lives, and how quickly you have done it again. And the craziness of how you two met, and you're just like fire from the beginning, right? Doing some
Yeah.
big things in people's lives. So, how do you exactly balance all of these demanding roles? You're a mom entrepreneur, you're a leader, you're a visionary. How do you do this without sacrificing your well being and who you are?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I take me time every single day. It is non-negotiable for
Oh,
me
I love
to
it.
start my day with myself. So I wake up in the morning very early, usually around 4 or 5 a.m. I don't set alarms anymore. It's one of my freedom things that I feel like I want my body to tell me when it's time to wake up. And I'm excited and energized to get out of bed right around 4 or 5 every morning. I pray, I meditate, I'm having a protein shake, I'm exercising, I'm walking outside for a minimum of 30 minutes to get sunshine. I set my intentions for the day and do these things mostly sometimes before my kids even wake up. And that has been a game changer for me because when I am, of course, we have days where we're like a little off, right? And when I
Right.
don't do that, when I don't start my day, I feel it. I feel it in my life. I feel it in the energy in my home. I feel it in my business. So it's really a non negotiable for me to stick to that routine. And it has propelled my business and my well being.
Yeah, I can imagine. I find myself a gym junkie. If I do not hit the gym and get my essential vitamins and nutrients, like I can really feel it in my body, and it
Yeah,
reflects on who I am as a person. Definitely as a
absolutely.
mother, with my peers, people that am around. By the end of the day, if you reflect back and you're like, why am I so sluggish? What happened today? Where did I go wrong? I can pinpoint, you ate like crap. You did not get up and exercise today. You
Yeah.
did not step your, like, for me now, I have to get like my bare feet on the earth and get that little ounce of sun, even if it's just a little bit in the morning, just to hit me those rays. I'm curious to know, were you always a morning person, or is this something, a habit maybe you've changed that has grown on you?
I was not. I was the person who snoozed the alarm 20 times, got out of bed the very last minute. My clothes were like already almost on my body. They were already picked out, ready to go. Like I was a last minute rushing in rush hour to work back when we worked in the office, just down to the wire. And that type of stress energy lives inside of your body and it hurts
100%.
you. It's very harmful. And so now I don't live my life like that whatsoever. I don't even schedule calls before 10 a.m. because I just know that I want that morning time for me. I want to leave room for anything that might pop up. Does my child have an issue? Does my husband need me for something? That time is just so important. Is there a fire to put out in the business? You know what I mean? That rush, oh, we got to go. We got to go. I have 10 minutes to shower, 10 minutes for makeup. I do not like to live my life like that. I like to just flow
Yeah.
freely. And that was a habit that I changed, one of many habits that I changed. Diet, exercise. When I had my twins in 2020, I was 360 pounds.
Oh,
So
wow.
I have lost over 150 pounds. I have kept it off. I have maintained
Congrats.
it. Thank you. And that
Wow.
movement and getting the sun on me. I used to sleep in on the weekend because I was out drinking all night. I am sober
Yeah.
now. So
Fantastic.
these are just habits that we change so that we can become the woman that we're meant to be.
Oh, I love that so much. I love that so much. It definitely affects your overall being. And we don't have time to be sluggish or not get up on a decent time or be in a bad mood. Who wants to live like that? We want to feel energized. We want to feel excited about life. And I can tell you just took like this 180, not just in business, but like your health. Sounds like your relationships with your family, the people around you. I'm sure all of that had such an impact on all of these new habits that you've created in your life. And you're proof that it's doable for people.
Absolutely. You know what I do, Liz? I ask myself every time I need to make a decision, big or small, what would the millionaire or billionaire version of me do in this situation? And that mindset shift, instead of, oh, what do I do? It's what would my future self want me to do? Because your future self
Ooh.
will thank you for the decisions that you make today that lead you to her.
Oh, I love that so much. I love that so much. And now you're living that $1 million self. So, yep, you're going with the billionaire.
Yes.
That's so great. Let's talk about the legacy that you want to leave with the $1 million Mom Society. It's all about empowering moms. It sounds like it's a legacy driven business. So, what exactly does legacy mean to you personally and as a businesswoman?
Yeah, so legacy is one of these words that get thrown around a lot. And it's really important to me to just clarify what it means to me and why it's important. So, my legacy is the mark that I'm leaving on this earth. We are here for a good time. We're not here for a long time. And the things that we do on this earth are so important because they affect other people. So it's like the decisions that I make don't just affect me, they affect my family, my children, my clients, just people in my world, strangers that I meet on the street, I have an effect on. So my legacy is being a woman and living a life every single day that people can look at me and say, I want to do things that she has done so that I can better my life. It is giving my children freedom because my mom died in debt when she was 61 years old and she had a lot of regrets in life. One of the regrets I hope she doesn't have was raising children that are, for me, I'm a strong, independent woman because she was divorced when I was 9 months old. So we were always taught
Wow.
go to school, get a job, climb the
Mhm.
corporate ladder, live happily ever after. I did all those things except for the last one. And now I'm doing the
Yeah.
last one. But I realized that success does not look the same for everybody. And sometimes we get
Absolutely.
put into this box that society has told us we need to be in, where we're going to school, getting a job. That's what success looks like. And it doesn't. It looks different for every person. Like for me,
Yeah.
like I just said, one of the things that makes me successful is not having to set an alarm in the morning, but still waking up very early and doing the things I need to do. Having the freedom to travel all over the world with my family
Yeah.
just because when I go to events and I'm speaking on stages or I'm just attending an event, I bring my family with me. Like we're actually in the process of selling our house so that we can just go live in Airbnbs because we travel
Oh
so
my
often.
gosh.
And that
I
is not a
love
typical thing that people would do, but it's what makes us happy. Our kids love it. They get to experience new places all the time. And that is the life of happiness that I have created. And that is the legacy that I am leaving my children. And then,
Yeah.
of course, for the women that I am influencing and impacting in the world.
Wow. Okay. So many things that you've just unpacked, and you're living exactly like this vision that I've had for myself over the years. So I would be like, okay, this summer we're just gonna hop, travel, hit Airbnbs, hotels, not even have it planned out, but just, okay, where are we gonna stay? Just be spontaneous. Oh, we're tired of driving. Okay, we're gonna find a spot here, wherever we
Yeah.
are, and just immerse ourselves into that world because every state, every country, every spot on the map is so different from another one. I can't even wait to see what you unveil here over the next year or so whenever you decide to move. This is going to
Yeah.
be all and for your kids. And you're stepping out into a new chapter and a new chapter that society doesn't necessarily approve of, right? They're all
Yes.
on the world that we live in now. It's like your children need stability. They need to be in the same school, the same house. They need to have that childhood house. And there's a lot of pressures that I don't agree with. And obviously, Anissa, you don't agree with either. You're like,
Yeah.
no, we are going to be doing some awesome things that my kids, if we stay in one house for their whole childhood, they'll never get to experience all of these great things. Wow. What a gift you're giving to them and to yourself, your husband, your community. We're going to be following you and seeing how this unfolds. I'm super excited.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for seeing the vision and understanding it, and it's not for everyone, and that's okay, like, this is
Yeah.
what makes me happy. When I had gone through all of these transformations, I decided that I was only gonna do things that make me happy from now on,
Love
and
it.
that's just what I do, and you're right, it's not a societal norm, and that's why we've built our own society because,
Yes.
we wanna do the things that make us happy and bring the people along with us. And we have created this life that I actually just had a book come out. It's available on Amazon. It's called Thank God It's Monday, Choosing to
Oh,
Create a Life You Love to Live. And it's myself, my business partner, and a few other authors that have just shared and poured their hearts into this book where we're talking about the lives that we've created as entrepreneurs. And it doesn't look the
yeah.
same for everybody, but it's what makes us
Right.
happy.
Wow,
And
I
and I call
love
it
that.
"Thank God It's Monday" because for so long we live if you're in a corporate job or you're in that 9 to 5 grind, you're living for the weekend, and then the
Yeah,
weekend gets there and it goes in a flash, and
yeah,
then so you're like, "Thank God it's Friday," and then you're like, "Ugh, it's Monday." So my book is called
yeah.
"Thank God It's Monday" because I hop out of bed on a Monday morning and every morning, and I love what I do, and I've created a life that I don't need a vacation from because my life is a vacation.
That's wonderful because most people are like, "Oh, every day I want it to feel like a Saturday."
Yeah.
So you've taken that, pivoted, and no, thank God it's Monday because our Mondays are awesome and they feel good. That's truly amazing. I am very curious, right? Do your kids know? What does your husband think of this? How do you get everybody to be on board with such a drastic change?
Yeah. So my husband's totally on board with it. He's actually currently in the process of starting a business in the Caribbean so that we can go back and forth from there. And it's
Awesome.
pretty interesting. But yeah, my kids are super excited because we've traveled so much that they know like Airbnb, they know hotels. They're like, when are we going back to another one? And we stay in
Yeah,
nice places and new pools and new things and
so much
activities
fun.
and things like that. So we're creating experiences and memories for them that most kids
Yeah.
don't get to have. It's like most people work 50, 51 weeks out of the year just for that 1 week of vacation. And then the whole vacation is so stressed because
Yeah.
then it's like rush and we don't have that lifestyle. So I'm very grateful and blessed. This is the life
Yeah.
I've created and my family is totally on board. My mother-in-law doesn't really understand it, but she follows along.
Yeah. When you're like, "Hey, I'm gonna fly you out to come see us," I'm sure
Yeah.
she'll be like, "Okay, I see what you're doing. I would love to join
Yeah.
you."
Yeah, my
So
family's always
wonderful.
like, "Doing what now? Like, you're going where now? You just came back and you're now on the road."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my life and I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. I have that perspective like with real estate, right? If you're not in it, like people don't understand it.
Yeah.
My family is definitely the one to be like, "Hey, wait, why are you buying another house? You closed on your house, your primary in April. Why are you buying a house in May? What is going on here?" And I'm like, "No, this is something that I want to do. This is my vision. I know where it's going to lead. I'm excited about it. And I don't need your approval for this.
Yeah,
This is your life. You have to live it. I love that. So
absolutely.
let's talk about these pillars that you have built your life around. You've got your faith, your family, health, wealth, freedom, all of these things that you include in your daily life. So, how do these pillars show up in your coaching when you help other women and you're mentoring them? How do you use these pillars to make an impact?
Yeah, so those 5 things that you just mentioned, those are my core values. Those are the 5 core values that I live my entire life by. So when I'm making decisions, they're based on my faith. How is it going to affect my family? Is this suitable for my health? And is this going to create wealth and then generational wealth? And does this allow me to have freedom? So a lot of the times we have core values, but we're afraid of what other people think about them, especially when we're in a digital space and on social media. And a lot of clients will come to me and say, I want to post about this because it's something I'm so passionate about, but I'm afraid I might offend somebody. And I'm like, if you offend somebody, thank God, because you're taking the trash out of your own house. If somebody doesn't vibe with what you have to say or what you
Yeah,
believe in, you don't want them in your world. And that's
absolutely.
okay. We have 8 billion people on this planet. If a few of them are not for you, that's great because you're making space for the people who are for you. And by being very true to your core values, you are calling in the people who do vibe with you. And I am very true to them. We're very, Natasha and I, we don't talk about like certain things as far as going down the rabbit hole of politics and religion and everything like that. But I'm very deep in my faith. I talk about God. For me, all the glory belongs to God. And I say that unapologetically.
Yep.
And that's how we operate. And the right people will come and the wrong people will not, because you know what? You cannot say the right thing to the wrong person ever. And you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So those who are for you will be there.
Wow. I love that. You literally just answered my next question was about visibility and how are you becoming comfortable with being authentic, true to yourself, true to who you are, how you're showing up. And like you said, unapologetically, you're not worried about what other people think, how they're going to judge you. Nobody cares about that. You have your faith. God has you, regardless of the decisions that you make. And you're making those decisions with fire. And you said you're really like out there, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And you're winning over
Absolutely.
there. I love it. I love it. And it just shows when
Yeah.
you step into your power what you can create. And you've made such an impact in just not even just your life, but other women. And showing up authentically is a must. So, how
Oh,
do you get
authenticity. Go ahead.
is everything, right? So, tell me more about how you unpack authenticity and with the women that you work with.
Oh, it's critical. You have to be authentic because people want to know you as a person. They want to know you as a human being. They want to connect with you. So when you're sharing about your life, and like, yes, sometimes I show up totally polished and sometimes I show up a hot
Yeah.
mess. It's
Yeah.
okay. Sometimes I'm out for my morning walk and I've got like my headband on and my hair's in a bun and no makeup, and that's okay. We can show up like that too. And people just want to know who you are, like what you're feeling, what you're thinking, like what's really happening behind the scenes. So Natasha and I are very open about, I should say I'm very open about sharing most of those things.
Yeah.
Natasha is actually very introverted and she started out like really hating social media. And I'm very extroverted. So I'm an open book. You could always ask me anything and it's fine. I've been through a lot of trauma and overcome a lot of trauma in my life. And I share a lot about it because it helps other women. And when I started realizing that, I started opening up more about it. You don't have to air your dirty laundry out on social media. You can certainly still maintain a level of privacy and be authentic and show up and say, hey, this is me. This is who I am. For me, I'm like, you can like me, love me, or leave me alone. Those are your options.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I am very extroverted now, but I wasn't always. I used to be very introverted in a shell, but that also came with my life experiences, the trauma that was unfolding with my relationship. 15 years in a toxic relationship. I was like, I cut myself off from the world, my friends, my family, all of that stuff. And then as I began to heal and work on myself, now I just love getting to know other women, other people. I'm in my element. I hate being alone in my house now, which makes me even love more the idea of just hit the road and go meet people and learn other people and get these new concepts, these new ideas. It's going to all be part of like your growth in your next chapters. So have you always been extroverted? Do you feel like it's a must for business owners? How do you and Natasha work hand in hand balancing that?
Yeah, I was not always. I was actually bullied very much as a child because we were like the poor fat kids. My self-esteem was zero. And it took some inner work to actually build that up. But I was able to do that and I was able to heal from all the different traumas that I've overcome. And Natasha is still introverted. And so I attend events and several events, and she attends here and there once in a while, some events, and you can still build a business with being an introvert. As a matter of fact, I think 90% of my clients are introverted, and we really
Wow.
help them through that, how to get over that fear of what are people going to think of me on social media? And,
Yeah.
let's face it, we're on the internet. Everybody's got an opinion. I
Yeah.
always say, if nobody's saying anything bad about you, you're not big enough because people are going to talk either way. Like they're going to come, they're going to have their comments. Most of them
Yeah.
are not doing nearly as on the magnitude or scale that things that we're doing. So we don't let them bother us.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely hard. I have been on social media for a long time through different things. This is my Curls Untangled book with my 4 daughters here. So
Oh,
we've been on YouTube for 10 years, but it was more about my experiences taking care of their hair care. And of course, white mom to 4 biracial daughters. I got a lot of hate. I got so much hate in the YouTube videos, the comment. It took a long time to really overcome that. But then once I did, I was like, okay, and what are you doing? And who are you to say what I can do? And I'm not saying I'm like this amazing hairstylist. I'm this expertise. I'm saying I'm a mother. These are my experiences. This is my journey, not just about hair care, but like raising biracial children in today's society with these pressures that you literally are coming at me in the comments with. So that was really an eye-opening moment to throw myself into that, but there was just like a yearning. There was like, no, there are so many people coming to you for help and you need to get this out there. Your YouTube videos have already helped so many people. And so then my daughters helped me on the book coming out with that. But haters are going to hate, right? They're
they sure
everywhere.
are.
They're everywhere. Is it like a daily thing? People come and at you like, how do I deal with this? Or do you just shut it down? Ignore those comments. Those people are just going to be there. Let's get through this. What kind of tools do you give your society to overcome that?
Yeah. So when we first started getting negative comments, like I would be like, oh my gosh, how do I respond to this? And the best thing you can do is to not respond at all. You do not want to waste your time and your energy and your effort into somebody else's negativity. It's just not worth it. It brings you down, it makes you upset. Like you said, haters are going to hate. I encourage people to not argue with people on the internet. Let it go. Mel Robbins, if you're familiar, she's got a
I
book
love
and
her.
an old thing called Let Them. Her let them
Them.
just let
Yes.
them. Like,
So
don't
good.
let it bother you. And I love what you've done. So I'm Italian. My husband is Italian and Puerto Rican, and our daughter
Ah,
has super curly, crazy hair like that. And it's
yeah.
always frizzy and afro, and it's very hard to maintain. So I love that you have options for like other moms who, you know, you're like, I have experience in this here and I want to
Yeah.
help you if you are having trouble too. Cause I actually have curly hair, but not on the level that she has.
Same.
And
Yeah. Same. This will frizz out by the end of the day with the heat.
exactly, exactly. If I go in the humidity, it's over. But
It's done.
yeah, but what I want to say is a lot of people think that in order to coach or in order to give advice, you have to be like worlds ahead of somebody or a billionaire or a celebrity or anything like that. And it's just not true. You have to be one step ahead of somebody in order to provide them with guidance and advice. So a lot of times when our clients are still figuring out, maybe they're in the early stages, they don't know who their avatar is or their ideal client.
Right.
It's oftentimes a former version of yourself. It's okay. So my clients are me from 5 years ago, 10, 20 years ago, 6 months ago. It could be as little as that. And if you are one
Yeah.
step ahead and you're able to teach them something tangible, you've got a business.
Yeah, it's gold. It's gold. And just to be able to know, like, for me, it was just like one person. Wow, I've helped one person. But there's that person duplicated over and over again
Yes.
because I'm just duplicating myself, right? In that one person. So I'm like, wait, if one person needs it, there's other people that need this.
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
impact just keeps growing.
It is. And it's a ripple effect. And we are in a
Yeah.
revolution right now for women and the way that women can conduct business. Post COVID, we're doing things online. We're on Zoom calls. We have clients all over the world. It's amazing. We have a global impact, and women are able to no longer have to send their kids to college. You can just pick and choose what your area of expertise that you would like to
Yeah.
consume is and hire a coach or buy a course online for a fraction of the price. I'm an
Yes.
advocate for not going to college, by the way.
I'm with you. Okay. My kids are actually paid for college due to VAs, being a veteran and everything. And I'm just like, you might not need it. AI is here and we have these amazing opportunities online and what we are seeing right in front of our eyes right here today. Like, I almost don't even want you in the school that you're in now. I'm being honest. Like, it keeps you so stuck, so conditioned. Like, this is how the world wants you, zombie. You're going to get a job, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, that was probably my downfall, was to actually listen and be like, okay, this is how it's supposed to be. And like you said, the box that we are stuck in. My daughter comes home from school and she's, Mom, I have this math, like third grade, right? I have this math problem I need to figure out. And I'm like, all right, I know how to do this multiplication or whatever. She gets to the answer and she's, that's not the steps that we need to take. I was like, the answer's right. And she's, that's not the steps. My teacher told me if I don't take these exact steps, which, the new math is not mathing,
At all.
that they will get it wrong. And I'm like, wait a second. Your teacher is teaching you that there's only one direct path to a solution. This is not sitting okay with me. This is scary to me.
Yeah, it's indoctrination. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any means, but there is a plan from the
Yeah.
higher ups, and they want to keep our society a certain way, and it benefits them to do that. So
It does.
I believe that good money in the hands of good people, especially good women and good mothers, is beneficial for the entire world because we are in this revolution and we are changing the
Yeah.
world as we speak. And we have the capability to do that, especially with our feminine energy.
Yeah.
And it's truly amazing. I will never teach my kids to go to school and get a job. I will teach them how to invest in real estate. I will teach them how to start and
Mhm.
scale a business. I will teach them how to sell. And then once they have all of those skill sets, they can do
Yeah.
anything they want, even go to college if they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like these things that we need to learn in school are like how to do taxes, how to actually
Mhm.
live your life, but it's not designed that way, and there's a reason for it. But I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole.
Oh, yeah. That would be a whole nother episode. There's
Yeah,
definitely a reason for it. And a majority are listening to it. Let's be honest. Majority are like, yeah, let's follow this path that they've created for us.
yeah,
But
and
we're here to change that.
I am here to change it, and that's why we're so excited about our TV show
Yeah.
because the people that are in our world, the people that are going to attend our event and be on the TV show, those are the people like the entrepreneurs, the business owners, the people that are in our world, the ones that are in the digital space that we think is saturated, but it's not at all. Because when you go out into the regular world and you talk about some of your ideas and the things that you're
Yeah.
doing, average people are like, huh? They can't even grasp the
Yeah.
concept. So we're so excited to be able to bring that to people and show them, like people that are just watching TV on their couch at night after a long day of work. Here's
Yeah.
what's possible because I used to be you, binge watching TV every single night after a long day of work.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just go there. Your docuseries, The $1,000,000 Room.
Yes.
I'm super excited for this. This is what I'll be binge watching like over and over again. Tell us about it. What do you have in store for us?
Yeah, we're so excited about the $1,000,000 Room. So this all started as an Instagram ad. I saw an ad to be on a show called Legacy Makers, and my imposter syndrome was kicking in. It was like,
Yeah.
who are you to apply for this show? Tens of thousands of people apply to be on this show, and only 1% are selected.
Oh my
But I
gosh.
always like to ask myself, what's the best that could happen? And at that time, even I didn't know. God had such a bigger plan for me through this avenue and this opportunity that I couldn't even have dreamed this up. But
Wow.
we applied to be on the show. We were selected to be on the show. We recorded to be on that show. That show is now on TV. You can watch it on Roku, Inside Success, Apple TV. It's about to drop on Amazon Prime. It's called Legacy Makers. You can see Natasha and I, our episode. We were like one of the first people to jump into this show. It was a brand new concept. Now there are like hundreds of people that have episodes, but
Yeah.
ours was one of the first.
I
And
love it.
the producers of the show actually loved our mission and our brand and what we're doing to help moms in business so much that they reached back out to us and they said, "Would you like your own docuseries?" And we were like, "Oh my goodness, of course we would." So we had already planned on hosting this luxurious mastermind style retreat in November. So we decided to film that whole thing, give women the opportunity to speak on stage so they can elevate their brand, get their message and vision and mission out into the world. And the reach is over 1 billion people with this
Oh
TV
my
show. So
gosh.
we're recording on site at the event in Laguna Beach. If anybody's listening, they want to attend.
Yes.
You can find all the info at milliondollarmom.org. And it's going to be amazing. We have got an incredible lineup of speakers. We have some amazing women attending. We've got some private VIP stuff going on that's really exclusive. So we're super excited.
Fantastic. This is going to be so great. I love this. I love this. I love this. What an impact. Number one on the beach. That's great.
Yeah, we chose this beautiful resort in like on one side there's the beach and on the other side there's the mountains. So it's just
My gosh.
it's going to be really amazing and it's the first of its kind. Nobody in our industry has done this before and we're really excited to be trailblazing it and bringing it to the world
Yes.
and hopefully setting the stage for other women to follow suit.
Wow. What an impact you're making. And 1 billion people that it's going to reach. That is just so crazy. That's going to open even more doors for you all. I'm super thrilled to see what comes of this and even the impact of these women that are going to be on the show
Yes.
to see what they're going to do and the impact that, and like you said, the ripple effect. Like this is just going to keep growing and growing. Very impressive and so proud of you. This is going to
Thank
be
you.
wonderful for the world. Not just the women in general, but just for the world. Good people with money do good things. I love that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's talk about limited beliefs. We talked a little bit about mindset, but maybe there were some fears, limited beliefs that you had when this all started. And I'm sure you coach a lot of women through their limiting beliefs now. What was that for you? And what do you see most often with other women?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. The limiting beliefs is this is the thing that holds us back. It's
Yeah.
typically not other people. It's typically something within ourselves that holds us back for following our dreams. And a lot of us have these big dreams. And I was a person that did, but I always felt like, oh, I came from a small town. We didn't have money. Like, this is just what my life is going to look like forever and ever. And it doesn't have to be that way. Like, I am here to break generational curses. I am here to break societal
Yes.
norms, to show women that you can do anything. You can be anyone that you want to be. You can do anything that you want. The sky is not the limit. You are. And some of the things that we do to help women with those limiting beliefs is, again, like I had said before, ask yourself, what's the best that could happen? Because so often we're stuck in our fear. And what most people don't realize is there's no room for fear and faith. You can only have one or the other. So if you're choosing to live in fear and anxiety and constant worry, you have no room for faith and possibility and potentiality. And once you make those mindset shifts, it is amazing the doors that will open for you. And the universe will conspire to put
Yes.
people and opportunities in your path so that you can carry out what it is that's on your heart. It absolutely will.
Yeah. Absolutely. I totally agree. The universe has so much in store for us if we would just stop, listen take those steps that spirit, God, whatever you believe in, is putting in front of you. And a lot of times, women, we doubt what we are hearing, our gut, our intuition, what we're feeling inside. Our heart is telling us, like, go this path or don't go this way. And we're like, I'll just do what I feel in the moment. But there is something about just women in general. Like, we know what we need to do, but we ignore it. And
Yeah.
why do you think that we choose to ignore at times when we should just be listening to God, our faith, our gut, our heart? What do you think that is?
I think it's fear. I think that we are afraid of failing. We are afraid of what people will think of us. A lot of people don't want to get like all of a sudden convert their personal social media into their business social media because they're afraid of what their friends and family are going to say. And let me
Yeah.
tell you something, Million Dollar Mom Society started out as a Facebook group. I started it in 2020 when I got into online digital marketing and stuff like that. It was weird times, right? Like I had just had twins, COVID was upon us. And
Yeah.
even though I had a good job, I was like, I could figure out a way to bring money in online because who knows when we're leaving the house again.
Yeah.
So I started a Facebook group and it had about 200 people in it for about 4 years. Most of them were my
Oh,
friends and family, and they're not buying anything.
no, they don't.
And that's fine. That's okay because
Yeah.
they have their place in your life. And then it's the
Mhm.
strangers on the internet who are going to be cheering you on and supporting you and paying you tens of thousands of dollars. We launched our
Absolutely.
we launched our first offer like just over a year ago, and it was a $37 offer. And we were like, who's going to buy this? And all of a sudden, dozens and dozens of women jumped in. And we had a high ticket offer. Now people pay us, chase
Yeah.
us down to pay us tens of thousands of dollars to work with us. So
Yeah.
it's a testament to what can happen when you stop listening to the fears inside of you. Stop listening to the people around you because chances are
Yeah.
they're not doing much either. And start believing in yourself and surrounding yourself by women who are doing it, women who are doing the things that you want to
Yeah.
do, women who are successful and walking their talk. It is critical to get in the room with other women who are already there because a lot of
Yeah.
people think that I can't get in this room. This room is too big for me. Those are the rooms you want to be in. You don't ever want to be the
Yeah.
biggest person in the room unless you're getting paid to
Abs-
speak on stage, right? But
Yeah.
those are the rooms that I put myself in, and that's what helped me grow. And I found that over time, I would just approach women no matter where they were in their journey. Because if they're ahead of me, they can help me. And if I'm ahead of them, I can help them. And it's a beautiful cycle. And women
It is.
want to help. They genuinely do. God has put women on this earth to create. He's the main creator. This is my belief, my humble opinion.
Yeah.
He and source, the divine, the main creator, the main provider, put us on the earth to create and provide. And when we get into our creativity, we are able to just curate so many different things. I come up with
Yeah.
offers in my sleep. They're genuine. They help people.
Yeah.
Like, what do people
Yeah.
need?
Yeah.
Getting over those limiting beliefs is one of the first things that you have to tackle. And there's so much support out there. And if you're looking for a
Yeah.
community, like I said, my group had 200 women in it for 4 years. And now a year later, we've got 16,000 women. So
Wow.
yeah, we have an amazing community. If you just want to be in our world, join the Million Dollar Mom Society. You can also, everything through milliondollarmom.org, you can join us.
Yeah, it's a great group. I love your group. I love everything that you have to offer. I'm not gonna lie, like the connection that I've grown like with my girlfriends and people that I meet online, there's something about the women supporting each other that can just get us to elevate in ways that we have never even imagined possible for ourselves. I don't know how to explain it, but I first realized it when I was like getting out of the toxic relationship that I was in. And I surrounded myself with these three key women, and I didn't know why they were in my life. But as I became more vulnerable and sharing my story and authentic to who I was, it was then that they opened it up and they were like, wait, it was almost like the Me Too theme coming out where they're like, no, no, we've been there. Come on, girl, let's help you out. We're going to get you out of here. And that was like the initial turning point for me to wake up and be like, wait, I surrounded myself with women here. Why don't I use this in other areas of my life? Like not just relationships, but in business, in health, fitness, going to the gym. I have a certain crew that I'm like, we are here for a mission. We know what we're going to do. I have certain girlfriends that are like really good at dance. And I'm like, okay, I'll follow you because you're going to elevate me in ways that I've never seen possible. I have bodybuilder, really great girlfriends that just know how to lift. And I'm like, okay, you could teach me something here. Let me get with you for a workout. And it's just amazing what we can do together when we come together. And
Yeah.
that's what you are all about. And I just can't say enough good things about that. It's so
Yeah.
empowering. It's
It is.
life
And we are
changing.
women. We are women. We can do anything, but we cannot do everything all at once. And just like it takes a village to raise children, it takes a village to build a business, and it takes a village to be a successful woman overall. And that is the community that we have created in the Million Dollar Mom Society. Then we have our private membership called the Society, where it's even closer support if you're really trying to become successful. And just getting in the right rooms with the right women, it will launch you, it will quantum leap you. I am living proof.
Yes, absolutely. I love it. In just a year, look where you've gotten and where you're going. Like, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine another year from now where you're going to be and what you're going to be sharing. We'll have to have you back on as soon as you have the docuseries and everything rolling. We've talked a lot about what you have upcoming. Is there anything else that we're leaving out that you want to let the She Elevates community know about?
Just that you can believe in yourself and do anything that you put your mind to. It sounds very cliche, but I always say this: the sky is not the limit, you are. And I am a firm believer that we shape our destinies by our beliefs, particularly our beliefs within ourselves. No matter if you think you can or you think you can't, you are correct.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it that we're leaving with those words. Those are super empowering. I will have all of the Million Dollar Mom Society and Anissa's links in the description. So they'll definitely be able to find you and keep up with all of the things that you've got going on. And I'm super thankful and grateful for you to take the time out to be on the She Elevates podcast. It's been wonderful talking to you and catching up and hearing all these wonderful things that you are doing and the impact that you're making among moms and the world, really.
Liz, thank you so much. I appreciate you giving me this opportunity to share with your audience.
Absolutely. Hey, Queen. Welcome to the She Elevates podcast. I'm your host, Liz Rakin, your favorite elevation bestie who's been through it, healed from it, and came back stronger with a mission. This podcast is your safe space and soul sanctuary where we talk real about relationships, motherhood, money, mindset, and everything in between. So if you're ready to reclaim your power, reconnect your purpose, and rewrite your story, let's get into it.